businesses face. And so, Mr. Speaker, I'd like to yield to my good friend Ted Yoho in as much time as he may consume.
Mr. Speaker, thank you for the opportunity tonight. I'd like to thank my good friend, the sheriff in a neighboring county for bringing this and putting this on tonight. And I think it's great that you're doing this because we need to highlight the successes that we've had all across the country. America sees the benefit of lower taxes from the GOP Tax Cut and Jobs Act. And we're hearing about the tax cut that benefits hardworking families and those that are benefiting the business community to grow our economy all across the nation. But here in Florida, the average family of four is saving $2,069 due to the federal tax reductions. That's $2,000 they didn't have before that they can use for retirement, for college, unplanned expenses, or to invest back into the Florida economy. In addition to the personal cuts to federal taxes, businesses across the country are giving their tax cuts back to their employees in the form of bonuses, retirement benefits, family leave, and increased pay. And we see this in millions of jobs across the nation. I've never seen this before. You know, I'm 63 years old. I remember the '86 tax cut when Ronald Reagan and the Republicans did it then. This has been so much more significant, and the impact on the economy is multiples of that. In Florida's 3rd Congressional District alone, there are several businesses ranging from large corporations like the Walmarts and Wells Fargo to the small mom-and-pop businesses owned by small businesses, such as the flood insurance agency in my district, who are giving back to their employees in our local community. The flood insurance agency in my hometown of Gainesville, Florida, gave $1,000 bonuses to each of their 17 full-time employees. $1,000. That's $17,000 reinvested into our community because of the Tax Cut and Job Acts that the Republicans passed and President Trump signed into law. Additionally, Center State Bank, which is headquartered in Davenport, Florida, but has branches in 5 cities across my district, gave out $1,000 bonuses to non-officer employees. These bonuses went to roughly 700 people across the state of Florida. Let me do my math. 700 times $1,000. I believe that's $700,000 being infused into the Florida economy because of the Tax Cut and Jobs Act. Sinus, which has a location in Alachua, Florida, gave all employees over a year of employment $1,000 bonuses and $500 bonuses to all employees that worked there less than a year. While $1,000 may seem like crumbs to some in Congress, as we've heard that night or that day of the vote, they're just mere crumbs. We find that that's not the truth when we get out to the district. These bonuses are invested in the people of Florida, not to mention an investment of over $700,000 into the Florida economy. And this is just from 3 businesses listed above, not including Walmart wages, raising wages for 67,500 employees. In Florida, and that's just in Florida, or the bonuses Lowe's gave to 21,000 employees just in Florida. The Tax Cut and Job Act is benefiting all Americans. Individuals know how best to use their money, not government. The money they earn, whether by saving or reinvesting in their community, by lowering the tax burden on working Americans and businesses, we have incentivized hard work and investment. When this happens, tax revenues rise and people thrive, not only because of a lower tax burden, but it also because businesses now have the means to reinvest in their employees and in their community. And when that money goes back to the people, they know how best to spend that, not government. And, you know, it was interesting as I was touring through our district, as we often do when we go back home. I've never had this happen. I've been in Congress. This is my 3rd term. I was at an event, a ribbon cutting, and I had 2 unsolicited people come up to me, and they thanked us for the Republican Tax Cut and Jobs Act. And this happened on multiple occasions. One individual came up to me, and again, this was unsolicited, and we know as members of Congress this doesn't happen often. But he goes, I want to let you know that because of the Tax Cut and Jobs Act, I'm receiving an extra $120 per paycheck, and I get paid twice a month. That's $2,880 in crumbs he is getting. Another individual at the same event came up and says, and they didn't know each other. This was so neat because he came up to me and he goes, I just want to let you know, because of the tax cut, I'm getting an extra $500 a month. $500 a month times 12 months, that's $6,000 a year. Was excited. I was excited for him. A local trucking company we went by in the small town of Stark, he had out on his billboard, beginning January 15th, all drivers, all employees get a 15% pay raise. And when I talked to him, he said it was because of the the tax bill, the tax reform that we did. And these are, again, unsolicited. Another individual called me up. He's got a air conditioning and heating contract company. He told me that he gave out an extra $74,000 in bonuses due to the Tax Cut and Jobs Reform Act. And I had a family member who sometimes isn't user-friendly, and he's retired, and he called me up, and he said he was receiving an extra $120 a month, and he thanked me. And again, some from the other side of the aisle claim that this tax bill was nothing but mere crumbs, and only benefiting the wealthy. The examples I just read off are from the Joe Lunchbox type. People out there working every day, 5 days a week, just the average mom and dads who at the end of the month, sitting around their dining room table, wondering if they're going to have more month than money at the end of the month. They're realizing they have extra crumbs at the end of the month. And they thanked me. They came up to me. They thanked me. They thanked the Republican Party. They thanked President Trump for signing this into law. And they thanked us for the extra crumbs. As I was leaving, one of the individuals, and I had to laugh at this, he says, when the next election comes up, just remind your colleagues on the other side that it's the economy, stupid. And he smiled, and that's all he had to say. So with that, I yield back, and I appreciate you putting this on. Great job.
Thank you. And Mr. Speaker, I will conclude, and I want to thank my good friend from Central Florida, Ted Yoho,